Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something for you that I don't do very often, and that is a gun review. I have bought a new 1911 and I'm super excited about it. Let me bring the camera around and show it to you up close. Alright guys, so let's pop open this box and see what we've got. This is the Kimber Camp Guard. This is a 1911 in 10mm. It's actually the Kimber Camp Guard 10. Let me lock the slide back to show you that it is empty. I have been wanting a 10mm 1911 for a very long time, and when this became available at Bud's Gun Shop, I snatched it right up. This thing is not cheap. It is not one of the budget 10mm 1911s like Rock Island, which I was also looking at, but this is actually more along the lines of what I was wanting anyway. I'm not going to do a full review on this gun today. That will probably be coming later. What I want to do today is just get some first shots through the gun and see how it functions, see how it feels. I am super excited to get to shoot this. I've not shot 10mm in a long time, and this is actually my first real 1911. I do have a Sig Sauer P938 in 9mm, but this is my first actual full-size 1911 bushing and all. All I've done to this gun so far is stripped the factory oil off and cleaned it up and put a little bit of new oil in the critical places. So we're gonna go ahead and get this loaded up and shoot it a little bit. I do have three types of ammo to try in it today. 10mm, as you know, is kind of always a little bit difficult to find, and lately it's been even more so, but I was actually just today able to pick up this box of Federal American Eagle 180 grain. This is supposedly coming out of the barrel at about 1030, so it is probably a little weak for 10mm. I paid 35 bucks for this box, not cheap either. Then I've got some of the MagTech. This actually I bought from Bud's Gun Shop as well. I think I paid something like 35 bucks for it too. I do not see a velocity advertised on the box, so we'll probably clock that later on the chronograph, but not gonna worry about it for today. And then I do have the 200 grain hard cast by Underwood Ammunition. This is what I intend to carry in this gun in bear country. I think this was like the same price, $35-ish for 20 rounds, so certainly not cheap, and we're not gonna shoot a lot of this. Like I said, guys, we'll do a full review on this gun at a later time, but I've got a thunderstorm moving in, and I really want to get this gun shot today since I just picked it up. We're gonna start out with the 180 grain American Eagle. Oh, this Federal is small pistol primer. That's kind of nifty. I'll be glad to have some of that brass. I didn't know anybody was making factory ammunition with a small pistol primer in 10mm. Kimber does ship one magazine with these. I did buy a second Kimber magazine. I was wanting to find a Wilson Combat one, but they're out of stock everywhere. Okay, there's 6, 7, and 8. Some people say you can fit 9 rounds in. Let's see if you can. I fit 9 rounds in there very easily, but they say you're only supposed to put 8 in them. Let's just go ahead and shoot with 8, especially since I haven't broken in this magazine or anything yet. Alright, that magazine goes in pretty easily. Went right into battery. Alright, let's see how she shoots. Guys, I have not shot 10mm in several years, and like I said, never owned one. Never owned a 10mm, never owned a 1911, so I'm gonna aim at some steel down there, and we'll see what it does. I'm gonna ride the safety with my thumb and hope the slide doesn't get the side of my thumb, which likes to protrude right behind the slide there. This load has almost no recoil. That was softer than a 9mm. Okay, maybe not, but still pretty soft. And, oh, I think my finger got in the slide stop there, the slide lock back. Let me show you that there. Yeah, the slide just locked back on it, not sure why. Went right back into battery. I think I had my hand too far up, this hand, too far up in there and locked the slide back. Okay. It happened again. Not quite sure why. And I'm going to keep my hand clear away from there, and actually let's use one hand and see if anything changes. Alright, and there we're empty, and it locked back. Not really sure what happened. I'm going to load up another magazine with that Federal, and we'll see if it happens again. This thumb cannot reach that. So either it's this hand doing it, or it's the gun doing it. Not sure. This time I'm going to pay attention to where that brass lands, because I do want to be able to keep this brass. Good grief. This is shooting it like 10 yards behind me. Paying attention to keep my hand way away from there. Alright, my hand did not touch it, and yep, if I drop the magazine, the slide is still all the way back. Yeah, that locked up on its own. That's weird. And there, I'm empty. That's interesting. I'm not sure quite what to think about that. Let me see how much of that brass I can find, and then we'll try the MagTech. All right, got 8 rounds of the MagTech 180 grain loaded up here. That one felt a little jumpy getting in the chamber. We'll see. I'm gonna watch careful and see if it does the same thing or not. That one's got a little more snap to it. All right, that one got through all 8 rounds just fine. Not a single hiccup. Let's shoot one more mag. Hold that one. There we go. I am back here at 25 yards. And that ran the whole magazine just fine. Well, that makes me wonder, was it the gun breaking in, or is it that Federal ammunition? Let me load up one more magazine with the Federal, and we'll find out. I got 8 more rounds loaded up with the Federal ammo here. Let's see what happens. Need to adjust my earmuffs. Oh, there we had a little bit of a jam. Got the ejected case stuck in the slide. Alright, didn't have any of that failure, but had one catch in the slide. Because of that, I'm thinking this Federal ammo is weak, and that might be the problem. This pistol does come standard with an 18 pound, either 18 or 18.5 pound, I can't remember for sure, recoil spring, which is on the heavier end for 1911s. I guess it's pretty normal for 9mm, but if this Federal ammo is as slow as I think, that would explain it. Alright, before I finish up here today, I do want to take 5 shots with that 200 grain hard cast, so I'll load that up. Okay, 5 rounds loaded up with that 200 grain hard cast. They call it a high-tech coating, although I'm not sure how high-tech it is because you can see it's chipped off there a little bit. Anyway, let's take 5 shots with it and see how it does. We'll shoot on a mostly unshot target, see if we can see a difference. That's stout for sure, but very manageable. I don't know where I'm hitting. Not sure where I'm hitting. I'll take the last one at that 12-inch round and see if it does anything different. That one I pulled low, I know I did. Well, it cycled them all just fine. Let's see if I can at least get one hit on target. See if I can get a hit on steel here at 25 yards. Yeah, that rocked it hard too. I like that stuff. All right, guys, I am very happy with this thing so far. Definitely weeded out that federal ammunition as a go-to. I am going to be loading up my own 10mm ammunition, of course, as I do with just about everything. I do have 500 brand new pieces of Starline brass and 500 Berry's 180 grain bullets. We're going to be loading them to full power. Not going with anything wimpy here in 10mm, especially because this gun seems to handle recoil really well. I was pleasantly surprised at how light it felt. Even those 200 grain hardcast, the recoil was stout, but it wasn't snappy whatsoever. It felt extremely controllable. I am, of course, going to be doing some tests to see how quickly I can get off several shots at a closer target, because again, I am taking this gun into bear country for bear defense. Hey, it's me again from the next day. So, this is a first impressions video, and after I shot the main part of the video that you guys saw, I shot quite a few more rounds through this thing, just getting it warmed up, seeing if I had any more malfunctions, see if the slide was locking back anymore. It didn't very much, but it did a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure that out somehow. But what I found more is that this grip safety right here digs into the web of my hand. If I put the gun in my left hand, it doesn't feel like that at all. But right where my thumb wraps around, that grip, not the grip safety, the manual safety, this part right back here digs into the web of my hand. You might be able to see some marks on it there, nothing substantial, but after putting quite a few rounds through this gun, it was really starting to become uncomfortable. So anyway, that is the only gripe as far as fit and finish that I have so far. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for this first impressions video of this beautiful 10mm 1911. Again, this is the Kimber Camp Guard 10. Before I go, one thing I did notice, this grip panel has come just a tiny bit loose. I'm gonna have to tighten that up and maybe use Loctite. I'll have to see what folks' recommendations on, but you can hear that grip panel move back and forth just a little bit. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one.